At $1 million, a house buys comfort and a visible step above average living. At $10 million, a house buys location, architecture, privacy, and social proof. At $100 million, the property stops behaving like a home and starts operating like a private estate, with land, staff, security, systems, and prestige built into every decision. The first shock is that $1 million does not mean the same thing everywhere. In a quiet suburb, it can buy a large modern home with a wide kitchen, a polished driveway, a 3-car garage, a landscaped yard, and enough space to feel successful. In Los Angeles, New York, Miami, San Francisco, or a prime coastal market, the same money may buy a smaller house, an older structure, or a property where the zip code is more valuable than the building itself. That is the reality of the $1 million level. The buyer is paying for a better version of ordinary life. The finishes improve, the kitchen becomes larger, the bathroom gets stone, glass, and better lighting. The closet expands. The neighborhood feels safer, cleaner, and more desirable. There may be smart home features, cameras, a home office, and a backyard designed for family gatherings. But the limits are still clear. The owner still has neighbors close by. The street still matters. The house still depends on local traffic, local taxes, local insurance, and regular maintenance. The garage holds cars, not a collection. The backyard may have a pool, but it is not a resort. The entertainment room may feel comfortable, but it is not a private cinema. At this level, money buys pride, comfort, and a better address. It does not buy separation from the normal world. The $10 million house changes the language completely. Here, the buyer is no longer paying only for bedrooms and bathrooms. The real value comes from sight, design, scarcity, and impression. A $10 million house must feel intentional from the first view. The gate, the driveway, the entry, the ceiling height, the glass, the lighting, the landscaping, and the view all work together to announce status before anyone reaches the living room. This is where architecture becomes part of the purchase. A $10 million property may sit above a city skyline, face the ocean, hide behind mature hedges, or occupy a private lot in a neighborhood where the name alone carries weight. The entrance becomes a statement. The living room becomes a scene. The kitchen becomes a display of stone, scale, and imported appliances. The amenities also move into another category. A $1 million house may have a spare room with exercise equipment. A $10 million house can have a real gym. A $1 million house may have a wine fridge. A $10 million house can have a climate-controlled wine room. A $1 million house may have a large television. A $10 million house can have a dedicated theater with acoustic design, controlled lighting, and custom seating.
The outdoor space becomes a private hospitality area. There may be an infinity pool, an outdoor kitchen, a fire lounge, a covered dining terrace, and lighting planned to make the property look dramatic at night. The backyard is no longer just a place to relax. It becomes a place to host, impress, photograph, and control the atmosphere. Privacy becomes a luxury feature. Gates, camera systems, long driveways, perimeter landscaping, sound separation, and limited street visibility all add value. At this level, the buyer is not only purchasing beauty, the buyer is purchasing distance from ordinary access. The home begins to protect the owner's image, time, and personal space. Still, a $10 million home remains understandable. Most people can walk through it and recognize the purpose of each room. It is larger, sharper, more private, and more glamorous, but it still functions as a residence. The kitchen is still a kitchen. The bedroom is still a bedroom. The pool is still a pool. The experience is elevated, but the concept is familiar. The $100 million property is different. At this level, the word house becomes too small. These properties are often estates, compounds, or trophy assets. They are not valued only by the structure. They are valued by land, view, privacy, location, history, replacement cost, security, and the rarity of owning something almost impossible to recreate. A $100 million estate may include a main residence, guest houses, staff quarters, service roads, a pool house, wellness areas, garages, gardens, sports courts, security stations, and private access points. The owner is not buying a place to sleep. The owner is buying a controlled environment. The entrance alone can feel like a private resort. The motor court may be built for large events, luxury vehicles, and arrivals that look planned from every angle. The front door opens into spaces designed for scale, not necessity. The living room may be larger than many entire homes. The dining room may be prepared for serious entertaining, business relationships, charity events, and private gatherings where access matters as much as comfort. Inside, every feature becomes specialized. The primary suite can function like a private apartment with sitting areas, dual bathrooms, dressing rooms, terraces, spa features, and separation from the rest of the property. The kitchen may be supported by a catering kitchen because large events require work to stay invisible. Staff corridors, service entrances, storage areas, laundry zones, mechanical rooms, and delivery routes are planned so the property can operate without disturbing the main experience. The garage can become an auto gallery. The wine cellar can become a collection room. The theater can become a real screening space. The gym can become a wellness center with sauna, steam, massage, recovery equipment, and cold plunge features. Some estates include salons, safe rooms, security offices, art galleries, recording studios, bowling alleys, tennis courts, private docks, and helicopter access. This is where the difference between rich and ultra-rich becomes clear. Rich people buy luxury features. Ultra-rich people buy systems that make luxury feel effortless.
A $1 million homeowner notices when something breaks. A $10 million homeowner expects it to be fixed quickly. A $100 million estate has people, contracts, schedules, and backup systems designed to prevent inconvenience from reaching the owner at all. That is why the annual cost matters. The purchase price is only the entrance fee. A serious estate needs property taxes, insurance, landscaping crews, pool service, security, cleaning staff, estate management, mechanical maintenance, roof care, glass cleaning, road upkeep, generator service, climate systems, technology support, and constant repairs. A large property is not just owned, it is operated. At $1 million, the owner may manage the home directly. At $10 million, the owner may use regular services and occasional staff. At $100 million, the estate can require a professional management structure. The home becomes closer to a private hotel, except every room belongs to one owner. The invisible value is often stronger than the visible luxury. A casual viewer may see marble, glass, pools, and views, then wonder why one house costs $10 million and another costs $100 million. The answer is usually in what cannot be copied: a rare oceanfront lot, a protected view, a historic address, a private hilltop, a massive parcel in a market with almost no land left, a level of privacy that zoning, neighbors, and geography make nearly impossible to reproduce. The $1 million house says success. It gives comfort, polish, and a stronger position in the ordinary housing market. The $10 million house says status. It gives design, location, views, gates, entertaining spaces, and the kind of address that changes how people perceive the owner. The $100 million estate says power. It gives control over space, access, privacy, image, staff, events, security, and lifestyle. The owner does not simply live in a better house. The owner lives inside a private system built around wealth. That is the real difference between rich and ultra-rich. A $1 million house can impress the neighborhood. A $10 million house can impress wealthy guests. A $100 million estate can impress people who already own jets, yachts, companies, art collections, and homes in several countries. At the top, luxury is no longer about needing more rooms. It is about removing limits. No one needs a car gallery, a private theater, a spa wing, multiple kitchens, guest houses, safe rooms, and staff areas. That is exactly why they exist. They prove the owner no longer has to choose between comfort, privacy, entertainment, security, and prestige. So the difference between $1 million, $10 million, and $100 million is not measured only in square footage. It is measured in access. Access to rare land, access to protected views, access to private neighborhoods, access to architects, designers, estate managers, security teams, and brokers who never work in the ordinary market. Access to a lifestyle where inconvenience is pushed behind walls, gates, staff doors, and service systems. A $1 million house buys a beautiful life. A $10 million house buys visible status. A $100 million estate buys a private world. And that is the difference between rich and ultra-rich.